I've done a few videos on replacing glasses on watches, and there are quite a few different types of glasses. And this time it's with a Heuer diver's watch, and this has a 3mm thick glass, and so I'm going to show you how to replace that. I've removed the bezel from this watch. It wasn't a necessary task in order to replace the glass, but I was cleaning the case anyway, so I thought I'd remove the bezel first. So now I'm going to show you my method for removing these thick mineral glasses, and I would place it on a casing cushion, and I've chosen a nylon die from my from my glass press, and this nylon die is smaller in diameter to the glass. I'm going to use the hammer here, and I'm literally going to give it a tap, perhaps quite a sharp tap, and the glass should just come out quite easily. Now this is a friction fit glass, and so originally it would have been pressed into the watch case with this gasket. And because this is a diver's watch, the gasket is an L-shaped gasket. It has a ridge at the bottom, as you can see. This one is in a very bad state, and it's gone brittle over age, and is bits are falling off it. It's in a pretty sorry state, so this is going to need to be replaced along with the mineral glass. I'm going to show you how to do that. These nylon gaskets are quite available. In order to choose the correct size gasket, what we're going to do is measure the inside bezel where the gasket sits, and for that we're going to need a vernier gauge. And so I'm measuring the inside diameter of the bezel, and I can see that it measures 32mm. The gaskets increment in sizes of 1/10 of a millimeter, so this is 32.0, or in this case it's 320. Now it's an L-shaped gasket, as you can see there, and I've chosen a 320 because of the inside diameter, and helpfully it tells us the correct size of glass to fit, which is 309, and that's 30.9mm in diameter. And so with this size of gasket, we know that we need a 309 mineral glass. And so here we are, mineral glass which is 309 in diameter and 3.0mm in thickness. Here's the old glass. As you can see, it's quite a thick glass, obviously being a diver's watch. So I'm just going to confirm the thickness of this glass just to show you. Anyway, we've got 2.98 on the vernier gauge. We round that off, it's 3mm. Now, one thing that is advisable to do is to also order one size above the glass that you feel you require. So this is a 309, I would also order a 310. This is because sometimes the glass fits only just, and you need it to fit quite tightly. So first try the 309, if it's too loose, go for the 310. So let's have a look at the new gasket. So with these gaskets, we don't put them round the glass and then fit the glass and gasket together. What we first do is assemble the new gasket into the watch bezel. And yes, it can be quite a squeeze to get them in. Just be careful it doesn't get kinked or damaged. You see, that's a nice tight fit. Now I mentioned that we ordered two glasses, in this case a 309 and a 310, but first I'm going to try the 309 because that's what the packet suggested we used. I mean the gasket packet. If you remember, it recommended that we use a 309 glass. And when you take these glasses out of the packet, you might notice that on one side it has a diamond cut bezel, and on the other side it's got a much smaller bezel. Here's a close-up. And so you want to make sure that the larger of the two bezels is facing upwards. This is just a nice trim detail for the glass. So in order to fit the glass, just place it firmly on the gasket so it just bites. And we're going to use our glass press to press the glass in place. And so, as it turned out, in reality, the 309 glass was a little bit loose. The test is, can you press it out with your two thumbs? And yes, the glass pressed out quite easily with my thumbs. So I opted for the 310 in the end, which required quite a lot more press, but it fitted just nicely. And so here we are with the watch reassembled, and it's ticking away. As you can see, it looks lovely with a brand new glass. Well worth the effort. And of course, with the old gasket being brittle and damaged, there was the potential for moisture ingress into this watch. And so what we've done by replacing the gasket along with the glass is we've removed that risk. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.